Now they're rival. Here's what we got. We've got the mystery door, and then we've got the nice, easy moving sidewalk. The nice, easy moving sidewalk will get you to where you need to go at a steady pace. Will not get there fast, and you might not get there on time, but Mikey Keene can keep you moving right along. However, you do have Bryce Underwood, who might be worth every penny. How do we think this plays out in Ann Arbor?
Is the question when and not if?
Correct.
Yes.
Can it happen now? Does it need to happen in August? Does it need to happen in October? Like those are especially with the way that Michigan's season starts, is Bryce Underwood ready to go? What do they want the offense to be? The pieces around it. Like there's a lot that hinges on what ends up happening at the quarterback position.
Well, right. I mean, you have New Mexico to open, which is friendly. And then you go play Venables in Oklahoma.
Right.
And like
in Norman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, Venables for a young quarterback, you like on Kubiak and McElroy show, I've heard McElroy talk about how Tua discussed like just how much Venables saved for that game when Clemson blitzed them, Alabama in 2018 or whatever year that was for the Natty. And like
what stadium?
Picks. In Santa Clara, we have covered this. Right, let's go.
You know, and basically like how, you know, Tua said, like, and I guess the staff said the same thing, like Clemson just ran different looks out of these, like different coverages out of these looks than they had shown like all year, you know, and you got to think that Oklahoma's going to have something schemed up pretty good for this on defense. Like that's a game that you could lose with a true freshman playing quarterback, even if he's really good. Whereas if your defense is still nails, Oklahoma's offense might suck too. Now, everybody thinks it's going to be fixed, but it may not be totally fixed, especially not if Michigan is actually good on defense. So, if it's not that, do you play them against Central Michigan to get them ready before the start of conference season? Then you go Nebraska, Wisconsin, USC, Washington. Like none of those are guaranteed wins. You'll be favored in 3 of the 4 probably. But
my gut here is Sharon Moore came up under Jim Harbaugh. I don't remember if Sharon was the OC that season or the shadow OC that season, but I go back to J.J. McCarthy's freshman year. They had Cade McNamara, the old veteran transfer guy, coming in. There's no questioning that J.J. McCarthy was the more talented of the two. But who did they have start? McNamara, and they had McCarthy come in certain packages. I think Mikey Keene coming from Fresno with his experience being the veteran, this is a team that, you know, a tough start to the season. Mikey Keene will be your starter early in the year, and Underwood will come in packages. Maybe if the season derails, they throw him out there to get experience and become like the starter. But I think Keene will be your starter, and you will see doses of Underwood, and that will increase as the year goes on. And then the plan will be for next year, it'll be the Bryce Underwood show. That's my gut. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it, but that's what I think is going to happen.
2 quarterbacks. I think you'll see them both throughout the first month of the season. Even against Oklahoma, I think you'll have a package for Bryce Underwood. You know, it might be very small. It might be similar to what we saw Arch Manning do with Texas at times throughout the year. But I do think you'll see 2 quarterbacks. If you only see one for Michigan, I would bet it would be Bryce Underwood. Otherwise, I think you'll see 2.
I mean, Sherman Moore showed that he is more than happy to play do-si-do with the quarterbacks this year.
Exactly.
So, do you think?
And much like we've talked about, they don't ask the quarterback to do a ton. It's kind of like, don't screw it up, make a few plays here or there, don't turn it over. Like, that's why I think you have a better opportunity if you're Underwood. If things are going good, he's grasping the system, they're more likely to give him the opportunity.
Also, like, I'm not saying he's incredible, but if they had Mikey Keene last year, I don't think they're playing musical chairs. I think they had 3 MAC quarterbacks on that roster last year.
Hey, one of them beat Alabama, though, and Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think? All right, so based on my gathering leading into this, it does seem that Ryan Day has indicated they do not plan to go back into the transfer portal in the spring window, that the quarterbacks they have are the quarterbacks they're going to run with for 2025. If Sherrone Moore has said that, I've missed it. Do you think Michigan's done? We're going to ask this for a couple of these teams.
Yeah.
Think Michigan's done?
I think it's Keene or Underwood.
Who would, like, if you're coming into to transfer to Michigan right now to start, you gotta really have some goods to think that you are going to hold off Bryce Underwood for all his talent. And like, I mean, guys, he I know it's someone 7 on, but he put up crazy numbers in high school as well. Like at the OT7 championships there in Orlando, he had an incompletion, but it was a freaking dime, and the kid just dropped it. Like, he basically went 22 of 22, and they scored every single drive and needed to score every single drive to win the damn thing. And then hit like a crazy like standing backflip. And I'm like, okay, like a lot of times the kids who do that kind of stuff, like the backflip afterwards, you know, don't also like have that kind of completion stuff. Like, he's not Cam Newton, and I don't want to put that on him.
Put it on him.
But he's because Cam is just bigger. Like, Cam is just built like a damn.
He's a defensive lineman. He's
if you see you see Cam next to Julius Peppers. Like, if you ever like next
the
to
same
Cam,
dude, yeah.
the calves are like, that's weird.
Yeah,
like, you know, but he's probably the closest quarterback prospect we've seen to Cam, and he's not Cam. Okay, he's not that level, but like, he is really damn good.
yeah. I see the question.
Who's going to hold him off? Like who's going to come in? Who's actually going to be on the market? It's like, yeah, I got this. Like,
yeah, I
You
think
sure?
I think it's more of the idea that with some of these programs, like you could tamper your way to go poach somebody if you wanted to. If what you saw in spring practice was so concerning that you're like, oh gosh, we've got problems. We need to, you know, go and bring in another option here. But
I think that's why you've got Mikey Keene. You've already got your insurance option, and I mean, unless he's really bad, but I don't think he will be. I think he'll be fine.